Welcome to another exciting deep dive into the world of investing here in the Mutual Funds Guide. Today, we're uncovering the secrets behind Premier Energies,
Premier Energies.
a leading solar energy company in India,
Yeah,
fresh
okay.
off their IPO in September.
Yep.
We've got their Q2 FY25 earnings call transcript.
It's hot off the press.
Yeah, I love digging into these things.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sneak peek behind the curtain.
Absolutely.
And it's such a pivotal moment for a company.
Right.
So what jumped out at you when you first took a look?
Well, their performance right out of the gate is fascinating.
Okay.
We're seeing a company that's not just riding the wave of this solar energy boom, but actively shaping it.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see some pretty impressive numbers here.
All right.
Revenue more than doubled year over year,
Uh-huh.
hitting a massive INR, 1,553.59 crores.
Huge.
And their profit,
Yeah.
try a near 300% jump
Wow.
to INR, 205.95 crores.
That's impressive.
Those are some serious gains.
Yeah.
But what's the story behind the numbers?
Right.
What's driving this kind of success so early in the game?
Well, they're hitting on multiple cylinders here.
Okay.
First, you got to look at the market context.
Okay.
India's domestic demand for solar energy is exploding,
Right.
fueled by government initiatives and growing consumer awareness. Premier Energies is perfectly positioned to capitalize on this surge.
So they're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
But it sounds like they're doing more than just riding the wave.
absolutely. Their operational efficiency is a key factor here.
Yeah.
They're masters at converting growth into profitability.
Right.
Remember, it's not just about generating revenue. It's about maximizing returns.
That makes sense.
Right.
But how are they achieving this level of efficiency?
Mm-hmm.
What's the secret sauce?
Well, one key ingredient is their strategic use of the IPO proceeds.
Right.
They've really bolstered their financial standing, which gives them the flexibility to make smart investments and optimize their operations. This isn't just about cutting costs.
Right.
It's about investing strategically to enhance profitability.
So they've got the financial muscle.
Yeah.
But are they flexing it in the right ways? What's their game plan for the future?
Well, they're not resting on their laurels. That's for sure.
Okay.
Their expansion strategy is ambitious and multi-pronged.
Multi-pronged.
Yeah.
I love that.
Targeting multiple areas for growth.
Give me the details. What are they focusing on?
Well, first off, they're boosting their production capacity
Okay.
with a 1 GW top pecan cell line expansion.
Okay, pause right there.
Okay.
For those of us who aren't solar techies,
Right.
what's so special about Top Pecan technology?
Think of it as solar 2.0.
Okay.
Top pecan cells are more efficient at converting sunlight into electricity compared to traditional solar cells.
Okay.
This translates into higher power output for their panels, giving them a competitive edge.
So they're investing in cutting-edge tech to stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
Smart move. But what else is on their expansion agenda?
This is where it gets even more interesting.
Right.
They're moving into wafer manufacturing.
Wafer manufacturing.
Yeah.
Break that down for us. Why is that so significant?
Wafers are the building blocks of solar cells. They're thin slices of semiconductor material. By producing their own wafers, Premier Energies is taking control of a critical part of the supply chain.
Vertical integration.
Exactly.
Classic strategy for greater control.
Yep.
And potentially even juicier profit margins.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
Right.
So they're building their own wafers.
Yeah.
But they're not stopping there, right?
Nope.
What's this about an aluminum frame factory?
Right. They're also setting up a massive aluminum frame manufacturing facility.
Okay.
36,000 metric tons per year, to be exact.
Wow, that's huge.
It is.
Why aluminum frames?
Right.
What's the strategic play there?
It's all about captive consumption
Okay.
and further vertical integration.
Got it.
They'll use those frames for their own solar panels.
Makes sense.
This gives them better cost control, ensures quality, and could even open up new revenue streams
Okay.
if they decide to sell excess frames later on.
So they're really building a self-contained ecosystem here.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
it is.
And it seems like these moves are already paying off. Their projected EBITDA margin boost from the aluminum venture is estimated to be.
Hold on, before we dive into those numbers,
Okay.
let's zoom out a bit.
Okay.
All this domestic success begs the question,
Yeah.
what about the global landscape?
Right.
How are they approaching international expansion, especially with China looming large in the solar industry?
That's a great point. We can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Yeah,
Or rather, the dragon.
the dragon.
China is a powerhouse in solar manufacturing,
Absolutely.
known for its competitive pricing.
Right.
How is Premier Energies navigating this challenge?
Well, they're keenly aware of the competitive landscape, but their focus remains firmly on the thriving Indian market. They believe they can compete effectively even outside of China by leveraging their operational efficiency and established relationships.
So they're not shying away from the challenge.
No.
It sounds like they're betting on their agility and local expertise
Right.
to carve out their space.
Uh-huh.
But are they looking beyond India's borders at all?
They've mentioned the U.S. as a potential market for expansion.
The U.S.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The U.S. is investing heavily in renewable energy,
Right.
but the political climate, especially regarding the Inflation Reduction Act,
Yeah.
adds a layer of uncertainty.
The IRA.
Mhm.
That's been making headlines.
Yeah.
Didn't it create some incentives for renewable energy?
It did.
What's the issue there?
Well, the details of those incentives are still being ironed out,
Okay.
and there's been talk of potential revisions.
Right.
This makes it difficult for companies like Premier Energies to make long-term investment decisions.
So it's a wait-and-see approach for now.
Yeah, for now.
Makes sense. Why rush into a volatile market
Right.
when you have a booming domestic market to focus on?
Exactly.
But speaking of the Indian market,
Yeah.
you mentioned government initiatives earlier.
I did.
What are some of the key programs
Okay.
shaping the solar landscape there?
One major factor is the domestic content requirement, or DCR.
DCR.
Yeah, think of it as a Made in India push for solar components.
Okay.
Programs like the PM Suryaghar Muft Bijli Yojana
Okay.
and the KUSUM scheme are driving growth in this segment.
Okay. Break those down for me. What are
Uh,
these programs all about?
All right, so the PM Suryaghar Muft Bijli Yojana encourages residential rooftop solar installations
Okay.
by providing financial incentives.
Got it.
Imagine getting paid to generate your own electricity.
That's nice.
Right? On the other hand, the KUSUM scheme
Okay.
is targeted at farmers,
Interesting.
incentivizing them to switch to solar-powered irrigation pumps.
Wow.
Both programs boost demand for domestically manufactured solar components, which is where Premier Energies shines
Okay.
with their strong DCR capabilities.
So they're riding this wave of government support,
Yeah,
which is pretty smart.
yeah,
But what about their order book?
right.
Are they securing enough contracts to justify this ambitious expansion strategy?
Their current order book stands at a healthy INR 6,233 crores.
Okay.
That translates to roughly 3.86 GW of solar projects,
Wow.
giving them a strong foundation for growth.
That's reassuring to hear. They've
Yeah.
got the financials,
Uh-huh.
expansion plans,
Right.
and the market momentum.
Yep.
But what about the long game?
Right.
What's their vision for the future of Premier Energies?
They're bullish on the long-term growth of the Indian solar market,
Okay.
and they're determined to stay at the forefront. Their emphasis is on adaptability,
Okay.
remaining agile in a dynamic market,
Right.
and maintaining a strong financial profile.
It sounds like they're taking a balanced approach.
Yeah.
Ambitious, but pragmatic. That's encouraging from an investor's perspective.
Right.
But what about the specifics of their strategy?
Yeah.
What stood out to you as particularly noteworthy?
Beyond their expansion plans,
Okay.
what I find intriguing is their unwavering commitment to operational excellence
Okay.
and cost optimization. They're not just chasing growth for growth's sake.
Right.
They're laser focused on maximizing profitability,
Uh-huh.
which is a key differentiator in a competitive market.
That's crucial.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be in a hot sector,
Uh-huh.
but it's another to execute well
Hmm.
and turn opportunity into sustainable success.
Absolutely. Premier Energies is not just talking the talk.
Yeah.
They're walking the walk.
Okay.
They're investing in cutting-edge technology like TOPCon cells, strategically expanding their operations,
Right.
and keeping a tight rein on costs.
No.
That's a recipe for long-term success.
So let's bring it back to our listeners.
Yeah.
Why should they care about Premier Energies? What's the takeaway for them?
If you're looking for exposure to the booming renewable energy sector, particularly in India,
Okay.
Premier Energies is a company worth keeping on your radar.
Okay.
They've got the growth, the financials, and the vision
Yeah.
to be a major player.
They're not just riding the waves.
Nope.
They're shaping it.
Yeah.
Their commitment to innovation, efficiency, and calculated expansion
Uh-huh.
makes them a compelling story for investors.
Absolutely.
And their cautious approach to the U.S. market,
Right.
given the uncertainties surrounding the IRA,
Yeah.
demonstrates a level-headed management team
Mm-hmm.
that's not prone to risky gambles.
Exactly. They're not jumping on every bandwagon,
Right.
but rather making calculated decisions based on a clear understanding of the market dynamics.
Yep.
That's a sign of strong leadership.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not just about chasing the next shiny object,
Nope.
but making strategic moves that align with their long-term goals.
Right.
And speaking of long-term goals, this brings up an interesting thought I had.
Guys.
We focused on Premier Energy's individual journey.
Right.
But how do you see the global push for clean energy with initiatives like the IRA in the U.S. impacting Indian solar companies in the long run?
Yeah.
Will it create opportunities for collaboration
Okay.
or intensify competition?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's something for everyone to consider.
Right.
Will this global shift towards renewables be a rising tide that lifts all boats? Or will it spark a fierce battle for dominance?
It's a dynamic landscape, that's for sure.
It is.
And how Premier Energies positions itself within this evolving global ecosystem will be fascinating to watch.
Indeed, their journey so far suggests they're well-equipped to adapt and thrive in this changing world.
Absolutely. They've demonstrated a keen understanding of both the opportunities and the challenges that lie ahead. Their focus on innovation, efficiency, and strategic expansion, coupled with their pragmatic approach to global uncertainties, makes them a company to watch closely.
Absolutely.
Like a game of chess, isn't it? You have to anticipate your opponent's moves while staying true to your own game plan.
Exactly. And Premier Energies seems to be playing the game well.
Right.
They're not reacting. They're proactively positioning themselves for success in a rapidly evolving landscape.
That proactive approach is what really stands out to me.
Yeah.
They're not just waiting to see what happens.
No.
They're shaping their own destiny.
And that's a key takeaway for any investor, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Look for companies that aren't just riding the wave,
right,
but charting their own course.
It's about leadership, vision, and the ability to execute.
Yeah.
Premier Energies seems to have all three in spades.
I agree.
Right.
They've demonstrated a keen understanding of the market dynamics, both domestically and globally.
Yeah.
And their commitment to innovation, efficiency, and strategic expansion suggests they're well-equipped to navigate the challenges and capitalize on the opportunities that lie ahead.
This has been a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
I feel like I've gained a much deeper understanding of Premier Energies and their position in the Indian solar market.
It's a company worth watching, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Their journey is a testament to the power of strategic thinking, operational excellence, and a bold vision for the future.
Well said. And for our listeners, remember to keep an eye on this dynamic sector.
Yeah.
The renewable energy landscape is evolving rapidly.
Absolutely.
And companies like Premier Energies are leading the charge.
Definitely.
Remember, this podcast was brought to you by the Mutual Funds Guide, which is a leading resource for investors seeking to build wealth through mutual funds.